And we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Changing the Lost Smoky Mountain Wilds. I am William, or Shawnee, and I am your storyteller for this Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition Chronicle. And joining me today, we have Julian.
Yeah, you're right on that one. This time. Hi, I'm Julia. I'm playing Cassandra Scott, the elemental polychromatic.
I do not know the names of any of the altars, so.
I'll fill you in later.
And Austin.
Hey, I'm Austin, and I'm playing Frank and Lisa, who they're both beastkin, and Frank is a lithopomp, and Lisa's a polychromatic.
There you go.
We're almost done with this, I'm clearly remembering what I am.
And Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Joe Arbor, who is an elemental notary.
And Jeremy?
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Jackson Montgomery, or Merlin Dubois, who is a Ferris Chatteling.
And Drevian?
Drevian, I'm playing Frisian, the Darkling Hunterheart.
I don't know why I said that like there was going to be another name after that, because that's all of you. But as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, Happy Wrath Month, also Disability Awareness Month, and the world is on fire. Please vote.
I fell down in a burning world of fire.
Also, very much is on fire. It's been 100 degrees for the past couple of days.
I was volunteering at a theater show yesterday, and I got in my car at 6 p.m. 103 degrees.
Ugh.
Why did I pick the hottest month of the year to visit for 2 weeks? Why did I make that choice?
I mean,
That was definitely a choice that you made.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I can't answer that question for you. I would not come visit us.
Hopefully you'll spend as much of that time as possible indoors.
And where the mosquitoes can't get you.
Just
Just
like
can get you anywhere.
Just like I am never going to visit my sister in the wintertime because my sister lives in Chicago.
Yeah, but at least when you're inside, there is not a literal haze, which is a cloud of mosquitoes.
No, that's fair. That is absolutely fair.
But when last we left off, our motley of individuals, our motley crew, if you will.
Shut up.
We're
Glad I didn't have to say it.
Dealing with Please.
No, I was talking to Jerry. Like, I'll do that one time.
But yeah, the crew had been dealing with the aftermath of escaping vampires, dealing with the potential of now they really need to find this Mimir person, having interrogated a vampire to find out that the vehicle in question is constantly on the move, and that once having nailed down all the details on that, Rekasiv Lokasena having promised that she would get forces on it to locate that truck and retrieve the head of Mimir, as it was also revealed that Mimir is just a head. And with that process underway, the group began to rest, only to have what is likely going to be the final and most important obstacle in their way to solving this revealed to them, in the form of Tyr being sent a text from Madame Thorne with Nicholas Lansing, revealing that the werewolf who had come and saved their lives by interfering with the presence of the vampires that had been trying to hunt them down, had been found and killed by the pair of the hunters, even on the eve of the full moon, showcasing just how terrifying the pair of them are as individual hunters. As even Tyr does not believe that they would have good odds taking down a fully grown werewolf on the full moon after they had just gotten like revved up on a fight against vampires. But with that, we return to the group in the morning after having all gotten a rest. Restore willpower if you haven't already. As the group is contacted in the morning by Cassandra over the group text asking what the plan is.
The only person who knows about the whole vampira werewolf slaying stuff is Cassandra, yeah?
Yes, at the moment.
Yes.
Just making sure. Who wakes up today?
Response from Jackson's phone is question mark. Sherry's crown confetti. And then,
Okay.
oops, sorry.
Is that Frank or Lisa?
The group will find out.
All
That's
right.
that's Lisa.
Okay.
Joe is just gonna very tiredly roll over, see that she has a text, type plan for what ? And then just kind of like roll back over.
She will she'll message the group. I got a bit of updated news on some stuff that went on last night that we can discuss in person. Also, might be a good idea for us to stock up on some glamour. And then we need to touch base with the vampires again. Figure out next and final steps.
There are two things coming from Jackson's phone. I specifically worry because Jackson has figured out how to do replies directly to messages on the phone. So to Joe, it just says WTF DYT bitch ? And then the thumbs up emoji to Cassandra.
That's what the fuck do you think, for those who did not catch the acronym.
All right.
Joe is just gonna completely ignore that. Listen, Joe is tired and undercaffeinated and has not had enough to deal with Marlena's bullshit yet.
Listen, sometimes you see the end of the stick that they're trying to poke the bear with, and just sort of push down on it and say no. Maybe later.
You see some typing from Frisian,
Yeah.
and then a moment later, and then it stops for a moment, and then an audio message comes through. It's just Frisian saying like, "What the fuck did I just hit? How do I turn this off? The fuck?"
Cassandra is howl laughing at this.
reply of a gif of Nelson doing ha ha at at the audio clip.
I love that Jackson has just slowly evolved into a texting menace.
It wasn't a slow evolution. It was he
Took him a
discovered
little time.
Joe is just gonna be
I was
like,
gonna say, it was your grandmother discovered how GIFs and replies work.
Yep.
Frisian, I think you recorded. Joe's gonna type. Frisian, I think you recorded an audio text on accident. The microphone symbol is right in the text box.
For real, the entire session can just be this kind of thing, and I will be happy.
I would not be surprised if it was.
Let's say, for
Why
real,
I named
we
the
have
episode this
entire
way.
sessions that are this kind of nonsense.
Oh wait,
This is why I named the episode "What's the Plan?" Because I know it may or may not be formed.
Joe's sitting up a little bit now. She has made her way downstairs. Still has her phone. She is caffeinating and saying, okay, we need to talk in person. Where?
Joe sends that. Frisian was typing somewhere and Joe sends that. And then Frisian says, wait, you can send audio messages. Another moment later, wait, what are replies? Another moment later, wait, we can send images? Wait, that one's moving. The fuck?
Are these all audio messages?
No.
Or is there text? Okay.
He doesn't know how to do an audio message.
Did one on accident.
Okay.
Reply from Jackson. Oh, bitch, I've got you. Don't worry.
I imagine
I'll hook you up.
that from Frisian was either a single block text or like a single message for each one of those lines.
That feels very much like a single message for each one.
Like,
Yeah.
AKA my personal hell.
It could also very easily just be two messages. One, like, wait, you can send audio replies, and then the other one responding to Jackson as a block.
There's nothing that triggers my fucking anxiety / irritation more than beep 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 beep. And I look and it's like they're all like 2 or 3 word sentences.
But you know what? Like, she doesn't do it all the time, but like because I'm in a group chat with my mom and my sister, and they do the like very short 2-word. I'm like, so I'll have like 16 missed messages. I'm like, the fuck is going on? And it's just like responding to like the same pic. I'm like, y'all. I mean, I love you. So Joe is going to rub her temples, breathe, smack James on the arm for laughing at her.
Ow!
It didn't hurt. Say, where, period, are, period, we, period, meeting, question mark.
I really wanted that to be a period so Cassandra could just send back a question mark in response. But
Just put the clap emojis between each word.
we can meet at my mansion. That's fine.
Frank and Lisa will respond at the exact same time, somewhere with glamour.
Okay.
Dollywood?
Somewhere with glamour and fewer people. 5 seconds later, wait, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's an immediate. You need people for glamour, dumbass.
Okay. Cassandra's first. Then whatever glamour destination we decide on.
Thumbs up.
Like a party bus there.
I do.
Yeah,
That
that
got
completely.
cut out by your mic.
None of-
Your mic notated that one.
We can take a party bus.
Oh, we can. We do have the money.
No.
Party bus question mark?
No.
I don't know, but I heard about them last night when I was browsing the
No.
internet.
Group phone call.
Oh fuck.
Holy shit. So
To meet
everyone's
everybody.
phones start to
pick-
ring.
Yes, yes.
Cassandra's a millennial, so there's very much the hello.
No, hangs up.
That's big silent movie energy. It's like, Mr. Marceau, would you like to join us in the first silent film that's been made in 40 years? No. Hang up.
Oh. It. So Joe is just going to say, no party bus. Yes, meet at Cassandra's place in 30 minutes. Does anybody need the address?
She will just throw that in the chat.
It helps that you live literally down the street.
I don't, because I'm right next door.
I was about to say you are literally adjacent. You are the manor adjacent.
So here's the important question. Since phone syntax has been important thus far, do you simply type the address or do you drop the pin?
No, she'll she'll just send the text.
What is dropping a pin?
Austin doesn't use smartphones. Remember this.
You can basically drop into text messages or the like a pin on a map.
So like if you're not like a specific location with an address,
Yeah.
like if you're in a strip mall or something.
And
Gotcha.
you can be like, give me direct. You can actually use that in your app phone
Yeah.
or map app
In your phone.
to be like, give me the directions here.
Or like
Okay.
if you're like in a park or something.
Okay.
At this point, after the address has dropped, Joe is going to put the phone down, face down. Joe is walking away from the phone.
Buzz, buzz, buzz as the conversation
Nope.
continues.
Nope. Is just going to eat and caffeinate before she has to choke a bitch.
Meanwhile, your phone continues to vibrate as I'm assuming the phone conversation continues.
Probably.
You know what?
I'm assuming vibrate because I'm assuming you didn't leave it on full like loud notification.
No. I have not had my ringtone on in years. So
Now I'm gonna ask: is that Joe or is that you?
that's both. Well, because it has to be on silent for work, and so I'm like,
No, that's fair. No, absolutely fair.
you know, it's laziness, is what it is. It's laziness.
My problem is, if I put it on silent, then I forget to turn it off, and it's my alarm.
No, my alarm
So-
works. My alarm works. I just don't get like the text message notification
I know there are ways to do that. I've just never done it.
Yeah.
And like, I have to like make sure like when I leave the a movie theater, for example, I have to like the entire way back. I'm like, okay, is it on? It's good. Okay,
Yeah.
because otherwise, anyway.
I get it. So Joe ignoring her phone, eating breakfast for 29 minutes before she walks over to Cassandra's.
I am getting in my car, and I am heading there. I don't. Is Frisian
Frisian's out running.
okay?
It's the morning. Frisian's just been
Just drive past Frisian all the way there.
So there's definitely then before the car. He's not an idiot. Before he starts driving, a text, but it is sent to the entire text thread, obviously, even though it's just for Frisian. Where are you? I need to find you so we can go.
First, I'm curious. Frisian mistyped the address and is in the completely wrong part of town.
He was starting to run his way there the entire way.
He was already out running. He was probably already part of the way there.
Yeah, but across the entirety of the city is a long way.
Well, no, to be clear,
He's already done that
did you
once.
type the wrong address in that makes it look like you're all the way across the city, or are you actually all the way across the city?
No,
Or is it like you
I'm
Turned
pretty certain
left
that
instead of right?
that the did you pick a residential? Where did you pick your residential district? I don't recall if you were close or like across the way from Jackson's mansion.
God, I don't even remember. I want to say it was 10 minutes, maybe.
That tracks. Yeah, so like it's a decent run.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a 10-minute drive, it's a decent run. But with Frisian going in the wrong direction, it's an even more decent run.
There's probably like 2 or 3 minutes as I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, and I just pull up, find my phone. And then again, texted to everyone. All right, I see where you are. I'm on my way to you.
Like
Stay where you are.
After like a minute of Frisian is typing just a thumbs up emoji.
It's like, what? I didn't catch that.
After like a minute of it saying Frisian is typing thumbs up emoji.
Obviously.
Frisian will
drive out to get
eventually
Frisian.
use emojis quickly.
I feel like Frisian might use emojis by typing in like thumbs up so that the icons
thing,
appear.
yeah.
So it just takes forever to do that combination of things. Yeah, I go pick up Frisian.
Lisa,
Where- Oh,
how are you getting where you're getting?
I believe I just opened up the thing that I think in the woods behind the house.
Yes, your hedge door was
Yep.
was in the back. So
So I just walk out of the woods and into the house.
wait, you're in Cassandra's backyard?
No, but I'm in a nearby backyard, so I'm just going to walk through the woods to get there.
That's fair.
Okay.
So, eventually, all of you convene at Cassandra's place. Have you had much time to unpack, or is it still mostly just boxes everywhere?
It's very much like furniture has been places, except for like the any of the beds. But it's mostly boxes because we've been this has been like everything's moved. And she's been trying to get everything wrapped up at the main house before finishing the full transition over.
Have you? And you still got beds are still at your old house?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still sleeping at your old house?
Yes, still sleeping at the old house.
You'd have to drive over to the new one.
Yeah. And she's on that drive over. She will ask Tyr, just sort of offhandedly, "Have you figured out schooling?"
Yeah. Well, in the between period of you guys having your adventures and me having mine, I figured out what school district we're moving into, and it's funny enough, when you move into a district with a whole lot of fucking money, you get really good school options.
Good. Actually, really, really happy about that. Good. I feel like I'm dropping the ball a little bit as a pant versus a changeling who's trying to stop the world from ending.
You are a changeling who's trying to stop the world from ending. You cannot be a perfect parent. That is not possible.
And you're a hunter trying to stop the world from ending.
I also cannot be a perfect parent. That's why we have a babysitter.
True. That's that
a very
is
well-paid babysitter.
There's a reason I pay her so well. Because there might be a day where she has to be watching the kids, where she gets that knock on the door where a cop shows up.
Yeah. And much as I appreciate Fixer's ability to work things around police and other systems, yeah, no, it's not easy, and it's not gonna be easy to be a parent for either of us. Doesn't mean we're gonna stop.
Oh, hells no.
Especially with the possibility that either of our kids might
Don't
develop things.
Yes, we will go with that. And any future children will also have... we're not thinking about that right now.
Rainbow werewolf, rainbow werewolf.
Do you know how over the moon Lisa would be if there was a rainbow werewolf child?
I'm really surprised she hasn't put that idea together.
I mean, I know it's most likely because changelings are a New World Darkness creation, but I have no idea whether or not there is anything detailing a werewolf born to changeling kinfolk.
Generally in Old World of Darkness, not possible.
I think Lisa would be even more excited about rainbow werewolves than fire-breathing toddlers.
See, rainbow werewolf is just my character concept whenever I make a guru.
Isn't rainbow werewolf
that's Holly's
character concept is?
What?
That's kind of Holly's werewolf. That's Dakota.
You're not wrong. Different interpretation, but fair.
We don't have to think about the chances of anybody sprouting fur and claws at the moment. At least in between our kids.
Yeah. From what little I understand, that's the later thing.
Hopefully a never thing.
don't worry. One or the both of you will be dead long before that happens.
Oh,
That's me. That's not Jackson.
I know that.
I know.
I was. You know what, Jeremy? I've been waiting for the past 5 minutes for you to say something like that.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. Tragic
not
backstory is
wrong.
the beginning of the next character arc.
Like
No.
one of you is a PC and therefore is going to do something stupid that gets them killed. The other one is an NPC hunter. It's a shock they're not dead yet.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
He has a point.
it's completely an option. Tragic backstory. They won't be dead long before it happens. They'll be dead shortly before it happens, and it's what causes it to happen.
They'll be dead while it happens.
Why?
I was going to say, no. They'll be dead shortly after it happens.
Are we at the house yet?
So yes, everyone convenes at Cassandra's mansion.
What's up?
Find a place to sit anyway. If there's a box in the way, move it. So
Lisa will try to hold in her excitement at the sight of so many giant boxes. And use them empty.
yeah. There's probably a few.
We know where Lisa's sitting.
Yeah.
Whichever one-
I imagine just like
whichever
a
one
box
she fits
pulled up beside the couch, sitting in it.
Lisa?
She fits, she sits.
Okay,
Alright.
so what was this information that could not be divulged over text?
Oh, is that information?
Yeah, the werewolf that helped us last night has been Madame Thorne got to him.
Okay.
Well, fuck. I'm assuming
Thorne?
I'm
The-
guessing that's not
the
the end of
hunter.
the story.
like normally I would say this is either a good news or a bad news situation, but I am a master at reading body language, and
This is bad news or worse news.
I forget. Have we established that she had told Lily yet, or
You did tell Lily. Well,
Okay.
you haven't told Lily that you know that they are dead. You had asked Lily about them, and Lily had said that they were going to go check in on them to offer your thanks.
Lily probably already knows. However, a new concern has just popped into my head. She said she was going to go check on them for thanking, and as a way to thank us, or thank them for us.
all right.
Do you need to
So
check
now,
on
yeah, she's gonna just. Tia, will you? Anything I left out?
Yeah.
And she's gonna step into another room and make a phone call.
Yeah, and so as she makes that phone call, Tyr will sort of explain. Madame Thorne and Nicholas Lansing took our bait and went up the mountain, but instead of finding our vampire friends who maybe would have killed them, maybe not, based on what we found out later, they found Cavager, the werewolf that had helped us out and dealt with the vampires that had been chasing after us. And
All right.
they sent us this text and this picture. And I will warn those of you with faint hearts as he turns it around and just shows the image of the pair of them dining on suspicious looking meat with a wolf's tanned hide in the background.
Why did they bring a wolf skin with them?
They
didn't.
ate him.
Lisa will look the most horrified that e'er you have seen. And
Sick fucks. Like, I knew they were vile. I didn't know they were sick.
And we'll stop glowing and turn into Frank.
I mean, I kind of knew this might. I knew this was one of their practices. I didn't know the two of them could handle a werewolf in full moon strength immediately after they just got done revving up on vampires to kill.
I mean, I do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was mentioned that Ashwood Abbey eats people.
Yeah, like Tyr had mentioned that Ashwood Abbey are cannibals for fun, and the Faithful of Shilpe are cannibals for power.
Right.
Like,
well, that's disgusting. So nuke the sat from orbit. I don't know what that was, but nuke the sat
from orbit.
what the hell did you just say?
Hush up.
I legit don't know.
Nuke the sat from orbit.
I wish that we could.
Oh.
I was about to say Network Zero can't do that, but that's definitely a Task Force Valkyrie weapon.
Yeah, that's a Task Force Valkyrie thing, not a Network Zero thing.
No.
Okay. So we turned information over to the prince, and they were going to look for that U-Haul.
Kind of get the feeling, though, that these two are probably going to be our biggest roadblock. And even once we get the head, we're going to have to try and stop them from finding out we've got it and coming for fun. Or just getting in the way of whatever's going on. If they go out looking, hell, we're already in danger of them starting a war with the werewolves. Because they just killed one of them on their territory.
I was going to say, I feel like, not that this is an ideal situation, but I feel like that problem's going to potentially kind of solve itself to some degree. Not that it is no longer our situation, but I feel like they're going to have an immediate bigger problem than us.
With the werewolves?
Problem is,
full war declaration, I assume.
In my experience, mind you, limited, and obviously there are some that don't fit this mold, like Cassandra's sister. Werewolves tend to be kind of hot-headed and take kind of a scorched earth approach. And they might just go after anyone who they knew Cavager had been around, which includes us.
To be clear, if these two people get off by some sort of supernatural force, may I assume that we start a full-on war and suddenly...
Yeah, there's also that factor, because they aren't just high-ranking officers. They are regionally, at least for the southeast region of the United States, in charge of their respective hunter organizations.
So they're just spoiling for a fight.
They go down, the organizations come in behind them.
What do you suggest?
They need to disappear. They need to disappear in a way that the organizations will not find out.
Frank.
So.
Yeah?
You know how to do that.
What, drag him into the hedge?
Find me a better option.
Wouldn't they be...
I mean, they won't find a body.
Not that I disagree. I just have a question. What is there any way they could find their way out?
Theoretically.
Not if we kill him in the hedge.
I mean, there's that.
I mean, here's my thought. Drag him into the hedge. Let some of the hedge beasts there have their way with him. And find a hedge portal that leads somewhere very, very far away and toss him out there. A couple of bodies show up and pulls up a phone, a map. Russia.
Russia?
Sure. Why the two S's? It's making a sh sound.
You are as useless as a U and Q.
But what I'm saying is they find a couple bodies in this place, in this nice ice-cold tundra. I don't think they'll be looking around here that much.
I mean,
This is their last known location, so.
So body or no body, that's the question. Either one is pretty easy.
This isn't going to be easy either way. They're
We are,
dangerous.
we are not the people to engage these people in a fight.
No.
Not a fair
Well-
one.
mm-mm. I mean,
Like I told Cassandra, the one advantage that we've got is that in all of my time knowing all of you, I have never once seen you take anything like a straight up fight.
take anything like a what?
Take anything
Straight
like
up
a straight
fight.
up fight.
No.
And maybe our second saving grace is that I don't know if they believe it, but at the moment, as far as they know, there are no changelings in Tennessee.
Okay, so we can get them into the hedge.
Can't open. None of your people can open a hedge portal, right?
I mean, there are specific countermeasures and things to try and open hedge doors, but if they're not expecting changelings, they theoretically wouldn't be having those on them. Assuming.
So the idea, just to be clear, to get them in the hedge, and then
I call a couple friends and say, pulling up my flute.
Which
All right.
friend is that going to pull up?
All of them.
hobgoblins, I assume.
No, this one is whatever beasts are nearby.
Oh, even better.
To be clear, I don't think any of you should be hanging around. Unless you want to, he says, looking directly at Jackson. You know, for moral support.
Don't stop fights.
You know, so what I am understanding then, that the whole of this plan lies upon you.
Oh no, I'm the finisher. We still got to get them through a portal.
That you will be opening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, any of us can open a portal.
And then once we get them in, we just shut the door and let you and your friends deal with the whole situation.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? They end up killing me and then they're locked in the hedge forever? Till something else finds them?
My concern there is if they kill you, they eat you, and then they have a countermeasure to get out of the hedge again by chance.
Oh, Jesus, I hadn't even considered that, but
Oh.
that is a very good fucking point.
Well, I don't want to just throw them in and leave them to their own devices.
Can't you just like decapitate them as soon as you get in there and just?
I'm not fighting them in a fair fight.
I didn't say a fair fight. I said decapitate.
Look, I think it'll be enough trouble to get them through the hedge portal. By the time they're through the hedge portal, I'm pretty sure they're expecting a fight.
Not if you come up behind. Didn't you make any like weird?
I should point out, says Tyr, the pair of these people killed a werewolf at full strength that they weren't expecting to run into.
Mm-hmm.
They can take a surprise.
Well, Tia, you got any other bright ideas? Because I'd love to hear them. Because right now, this is the best one we've got.
I've got one specialty, and that's killing things. I am not the plan maker or the trap
If
maker.
they get lost enough in the hedge, does it really matter if they?
I mean, I can trace them around for a while, make sure that they run into problems.
Don't you have any shady friends that can?
Oh, I know some hobgoblins.
It's the best plan I can think of.
The only plan we've got.
I can manipulate hedge thorns. I can summon hedge beasts.
The way I see it, though, Frank, is you got to hit them quick. You can't give them downtime.
Oh, I ain't planning on any of that. My big concern again is, how do we get them through the portal? Because they can see.
Can we lace their drinks?
We don't need to lace their drinks.
Can we shoot them up or something?
They don't think that there are changelings here.
Okay.
I mean, question.
So
They
is it
find a werewolf. They follow the werewolf. They run around a corner. That corner happens to be an alley with a doorway in it. What are the odds that one of them goes in?
Guessing using one of the werewolves we know as bait.
That seems like a real bad idea. What I was saying, we don't need to use a werewolf as bait. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of bait right here. Six. How?
And are we just going to draw straws for that? Or
Like, how are they going to know we're bait if they don't know we're changelings?
We make it very clear that we are.
And then they're expecting hedge nonsense.
No, because I think you are assuming they know way more about us than they probably do.
Countermeasures exist, but everything that a hunter knows about changelings is largely hearsay and past experience. So
you're saying we dress up like a rumor and have them chase a rumor?
No, I'm saying we drop our masks. They may not even know we're changing. They just know we're something real damn strange. They all look a little bit different.
All right.
So we gonna do it like a relay race? Like you get them so far and then somebody
I
else
don't know.
saw and
How do we guarantee that they actually chase us too?
We use our cool powers.
Anybody got any sort
And
of
they say, I want that.
anybody here got any sort of ability to taunt people supernaturally? He'll say, staring directly at Jackson.
I think it's funny you think it needs to be supernatural.
I'm gonna warn.
Was that a volunteer?
I'm gonna warn for probably the last time because it sounds like the plan's getting mostly formed. These people are psychopaths. They are trained killers who can kill very quickly and very efficient.
That's why we're not leading them on a chase all the way across downtown.
I'm just saying, any brief interaction is going to be dangerous. So be ready for it.
We need to find out where they are. We need to arrange being seen by whoever is bait. That bait needs to lead them to wherever, right around the corner, the door to be opened is. And someone needs to open the door.
Question. They see something freaky on the other side of one of those hedge portals. What are the odds that they will run in after it? I'm assuming they're not stupid.
No, they are crazy, but they're not stupid. It'll take some good bait. Something that'll make them abandon caution.
so Tia, you know us. You've seen what we look like, you've seen what we can do.
Kind of seen what you can do.
For the most part. What do you think there is one of us with a better chance of being bait than others?
I will look directly at Drevian. Someone who can take someone who's athletic and likes to run.
No. He looks over at Jackson. I've seen you stop violence from starting before and stop it from starting before it can even begin.
Mm-hmm.
How good is that?
Pretty good.
Again, I'm not the planning person. But I think just showing off your supernatural self to them and running is going to look like a trap. But talking to them and making them aware of your presence, even when they can't try and kill you, will make them want to chase.
When you say talk,
Because then it looks like you're showing off and threatening them.
I mean, you are really good at that.
All right.
But only if you're up for it. If not, we have other choices.
I will get them to the door.
My point here, I don't think that has to be an immediate. Like, I don't think you have to have that conversation and then get them to the door immediately. I think you just need to put them on your scent. Like, converse, get their goat, talk, get out. And then they've got a new prey to fixate on.
You don't want to give them time to study, though, or prepare.
Yeah, don't give them time to get ready, but
Wait, hold on. So then we have I show up. I use my contract so that hopefully no fights happen. Hopefully. I taunt them. I put them on the scent, and then walk off, and we'll figure out how to get them into the hedge later.
to offer a little bit of insight into a hunter's mentality, especially one like them, because I've dealt with a few. The immediate hunt is fun. That's just whatever. That's an immediate. To use a crass term, it's a pump and dump. That's just they get done with it. It's done. Whatever. They're not that invested in it. The one that got away draws their attention. That's when they get invested and get less cautious.
And then we're just assuming what? That
Yeah, we need an end goal here.
yeah, there is no end goal.
Like I said, I'm not the planning person, but I do
Yeah,
think
you keep
that
saying that, but you're our best resource. So
I'm trying to provide what I've got.
My
Okay.
concern,
we all are. We all are.
my concern here is if we give them time to whet their appetites, other people get told. Information gets passed, and then it's no longer a two-person problem. Then it's I'm leaving the country problem.
Yeah. Look, we got Jackson who can initiate. I'll do the finish. We got plenty of other people for the in-between parts. We just got to figure out what those in-between parts are. You talk to him and start him in a direction.
How quickly can you get the like what's the speed on that door?
Technically, it takes an action, so a few seconds, and a glamour spent. So
Question for the GM. Will hedge beasts go out an open door?
they can. They typically gain a mask when they leave, so they will typically look just like a very large rabid animal to most people.
Mm-hmm.
But they maintain being a hedge beast and have a nice feast of helpless flesh that does not know how to handle them on the other side.
Yeah. I got a question. Let's say the door's open at the convenient time. You know, hunters, let's say that on the other side of that door is a whole pack of really weird beasts and creatures. Are they more inclined to let the creatures come out, or are they more inclined to go in after them and stop them on their own turf?
I mean, if they're not already coming out, they would probably just try and figure out how to shut the door before they got out. But if they're already out, then they would be like, well, we got to stop this. Usually, if they're any good at their job of preventing collateral damage. But I don't know how much they care about that really, but we'll find out.
Okay. Don't suppose any of you have a trick that might give them a helpful push?
That can give them bad luck.
Not to start. So you do the talking, and you walk out. They'll be intrigued. They come out after. I think we need to weave a real interesting web for him. Following little figments throughout.
Out of character, a thought comes to mind. Is there any reason why a hedge door can't be illusioned to not look like it's there?
I mean, a hedge door is a pretty obvious thing. If you've got another glamour or another contract to use on top of it to conceal it, you can.
Does trapdoor spider work for that?
Trapdoor spider's trick makes a door. It doesn't make a concealment.
Okay, that's what I thought.
More to the point,
I ask that because we have access to a mage.
can you... Okay. Can... Two things. One, you have to willingly go through it. Like if someone shoves you, you get... Or you trip and fall in, you're still in, right?
I mean, that's how all of us got in there.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some combination of either most people get some combination of either tricked into willingly going in or picked up by their keeper and just carried. But
Yep.
if that's the case, does it have to be a Does it have to be a vertical door?
Oh.
Making anything roughly door shaped can become a hedge gate.
Well, we just made it fucking easy, didn't we?
You want to find a cellar door?
Cellar door, trap door.
Sewer drain cover. So we can rig to fall out from inside.
Fucking
A door frame laid on the ground.
Some fucking goddamn booby trap predator type thing.
Also, I was wrong. I was just reread Trapdoor Spider's trick. The Changeling steps through an opening, be it a door, window, or hole in a wall, and cloaks it with glamour to make it seem impassable or not even there at all. You can theoretically use that on a door that you then turn into a hedge gate. So then it does seem like it's not there, rather than...
Unless it is exactly like he said. We open up a hole in the ground, and cover it to make it trapdoor spider, to make it look like it's not a hole in the ground. Hold on 1 second. Is there any... he will step out of the box. See this box? Wave his hand. Look at this portal. Isn't this a nice portal? He says, looking, showing a portal to the hedge. Lovely little place, isn't it? And now, waves his hand over it. The box looks closed. Oh my, what a lovely place to lay something. Pulls something out of his pocket and drops it on top and vanishes through.
Falls through the roof of the box into the hedge.
How do we feel about that? Just something a little bit bigger than this box.
Sorry, now I'm picturing like a Bond villain type thing where they're wrapped up in like a cocoon of rope and they're just slowly being lowered into like
lowered into the hedge gate,
like a refrigerator box.
I expect you to fall into the hedge, Mr. Bond. Yeah.
So now we just got to get him to walk across the surface that's got a hole in it.
I mean, when you find a surface with a hole in it, they won't know there's a hole in it. You're hiding the hole in it.
Yes, I'm hiding the hole in it, but we got to find a surface that has a hole in it that they would reasonably have a reason to walk across.
Where are they?
Last report, they were up on Klingman's Dome. Who knows where they went since last night, though.
I mean, I would hope that you can find out.
I mean, yeah, you're the one with the contact here.
Yeah. Don't know how much I want to overplay that hand, though, because they might get suspicious. They already don't really like me.
We don't need to know where they are right now, because just like standing up to Klingman's dome, we can lure them somewhere. We just feed, maybe not through Tyr, maybe through one of the other hunters, a rumor that there's been vampire activity on insert street name here.
Well, werewolf activity. They know there's werewolves here.
Well, they also know they're vampires.
They know there's
so
vampires.
Vampires and
Yeah.
werewolves are good.
Yeah.
They came here for vampires.
Wouldn't it be ironic if they went into a cemetery and fell into a grave that they thought was closed?
Damn it! I do not like the fact that you and I are thinking on the same wavelength. Because I was thinking that exact same. Like where, if you wanted a place that had a bunch of holes in the ground that you could fall into, where would you go?
Graveyard.
I'm just.
I will posit you the question. The graveyards are pretty open, and it's kind of hard to restrict someone's movement, so you're going to have to be real good to get them to walk over your one specific grave.
Oh, you think there's gonna be one grave?
Fair enough. If you've got that kind of glamour to spend, I don't know how that works.
See, I'm just picturing like, is it agony in a crypt?
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, let's Google local crypts.
Actually, let's not you do a cemetery because we don't want to get a reputation of especially since we associate with a hunter of luring hunters to areas that are regularly traversed by the other
Nimbus.
supernatural types. They might
Fair
get
enough.
annoyed at us.
We also need to find a place that's not gonna have a whole lot of people visiting.
wish.
Well, yeah, it's a hope to match.
Could it be a parking space?
Because I feel like this is probably plenty enough time for that phone call to have happened. I'm going to cut real quick to the conversation that Cassandra's been having. So, Cassandra, you went to go call your sister.
Yep.
Phone rings twice. Lily picks up. Hey, sis.
Oh, thank Artemis. Hey, how are you doing? Are you good? Everything all right? I know.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I haven't done anything since last night. I mean, we were out.
How was your friend?
Oh, I haven't had a chance to check up on them yet. I was
Okay,
going to go out later today.
Actually, Lily Pad. I need you to sit down.
I am a big girl, Cass, and I can probably handle whatever you're about to tell me.
I received information this morning that your friend at Klingman's Dome is no longer with this world. And I am so sorry.
Kind of an expected result for a warrior of Gaia. God damn. What happened? Or what do you know, I guess?
I'm gonna tell you, but I need you to promise that you're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do. Because if I know you, I trust you. You got a level head on your shoulders most of the time. He was found by a set of hunters.
What set of
Two-
hunters could handle Cavager?
The two representatives of their specific branches of hunters.
Fuck. I have never met any pair of mundanes who could handle someone like Cavager.
They are not exactly mundane. They can. I don't know everything, but from what I've been told, is the two of them, their specific groups, have the ability to gain powers. At least one of them does. The other one's just batshit fucking insane. And there's more, but I really, really don't want to tell you it. But I know I have to.
Not gonna like the sound of this.
You won't find a body. You might find bones, but you won't find meat or the fur.
You're about to tell me there's a growl on the other end of the phone that does not sound quite human.
Down. I'm sorry, is that offensive?
A little bit, but you're my sister, so you get
Okay.
a pass.
All right.
Do not make me bust out the newspaper.
I will go get the squirt gun.
No.
They
Bad dog, no kill hunters.
did. The two of them both lead cannibal cults.
They're swearing in a language that you don't understand.
Of course. I don't even want to begin to imagine what's going through your head. I don't. And I hate that I had to be the one to tell you this. But this fight's not over, so I need you and your pack to be extra careful. We don't know if it was just the two of them, but if I had to take a guess, it was just the two of them. So, please be safe.
If you can get me a picture of the two of them, it would be very helpful.
I will see what I can do.
I can't keep this from Morrigan.
Oh, please don't tell me. Please don't tell me they were.
They weren't direct family.
Okay.
They were close.
I
Cavager was
am.
kind of like a mentor for Morrigan in a lot of ways.
I'm sure you have a lot of things to discuss with your new family. Because I'm sure it doesn't just affect the five of you.
No, the whole city's going to be feeling Cavager's loss.
How
He was an old wolf, but he was wise and he knew his way around.
how do you honor the fallen in your society?
With song and stories, honoring and celebrating them.
Okay.
Part of my job. I'll be singing Cavager's tales tonight.
Yeah, I know this is an overused question, but is there anything I can do for you?
If you can get me a line on these two, I'm sure we'd love to find them. And there is a menace in her voice that you know isn't directed at you. But
Lily, I need you to know that there are some people who are involved. I'm not sure how your group would take knowing that your sister was the one who told you this and has the hookup, and we were literally the ones that Cavager was there to save. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for you. It doesn't look good for us.
Morgan would understand. But no, you're right. The rest of the Cairn would not look favorably on that.
However, you can't hide this. That's not what I'm saying. By any stretch of the imagination, please tell your stories. Honor your fallen. But I feel like going at it. If I provide you the information that you're asking for, I need certainty that the people in my life and your life by extension aren't going to be harmed because of it.
It's my job as my auspice among the Guru to know how to weave a story.
Okay.
I know how to omit important details.
Dean, I think I can get you a photo. Is the pack gonna need anything?
Fine.
Okay. Should I warn Frank about that?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to get into contact with any of us for the next day or two.
Hey, I know he's kind of twisted up of is it Thistle?
Yeah.
All right. We'll have a delivery sent to your place in a couple hours, though. How many are in your can?
Morgana. I've been saying Morgan this whole time. Morgana. Sorry, what was that last question?
How many are in your can?
That's not a number I'm at leave to share, especially because it changes all the time. But
Okay, let me rephrase this. Would alcohol for 100 be enough?
I think it'd be a start.
Okay. All right, alcohol for 200 then. But just keep an eye out. Some of these hunters that specifically are under one of them.
Is the
Tangle. That's it, not Thistle. One of them specifically behind this gains powers from consumption of, as far as I'm aware. So they're not going to be on the same, obviously not going to be on the same bar as any of you, but the two of them took down Claviger, which with no, as far as I'm aware, no real problem. But I also don't know if they were 100% alone or if they had taken enough of a beating from the Sabbat vampires that they ran into, or what.
We're not about to underestimate them. They've shown that they're a threat. We take threats seriously.
I worry about you. I do. You're my little sister, and I like I said before. Despite the fact that you're a 10-foot tall killing machine half the time, I'm gonna worry. So, just keep me up to date on the things you're allowed to tell me, and let me know what's going on your side of things.
I'll let you know.
My motley and I are trying to get together the ability to put together safe houses for those who aren't exactly normal. And I think it might help start healing the supernatural community here in Tennessee. So once all this bullshit's over and we figure that out, then we can start helping, and there won't be as much darkness in each one of these calls that I give to you.
Yes, we live in a world of darkness. It's everywhere.
Hydra.
You know, and what's worse is I set it up for that, and I'm so mad at myself.
Hate you all.
I stand by that one. It was delivered with conviction.
You can stand by it all you want. It
Yeah.
doesn't make it good.
It was delivered with conviction, yes, but I saw the look on your face.
Instant regret.
No,
No,
no glory.
No, the
Oh,
like,
I've been looking so.
like, ooh, I'm about to poke the bear.
No, puns can be great if you don't just immediately point them out and cringe at them.
No.
That's
Deliver
not a
them
pun.
properly.
That's not a pun.
What is
That's that is
The
that is
title drop.
That is putting the name in
the episode.
diegetically in the world.
it?
You gotta deliver it properly and with conviction.
Or you could not deliver it.
Where's the
So
You're not winning this one, Johnny.
I already have. I'm the storyteller.
do what you must. I've already won.
I'm with you, Shawnee. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, the Fallout is fantastic.
I just want to be clear. I am not with you on that one.
You're not with on any of them.
Just to make sure. In case there was any question.
There's never a question.
All right, good.
That may be the case, but I got 2 kids at home. I have to try and find something that's bright and shiny sometimes. All right. You go tell your pack mates I am a text message away. So but I do know that you will be spending tonight and morning. So do what you need to do. Love you, Lily Pad. She'll hang up the phone.
You make your way out right as what was the last thing that Joe was saying?
I said, could it be a parking space?
Yeah, as you step out to, could it be a parking space? That's where we're gonna take our break. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So sit up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Please enjoy these commercial messages.
We are back.
Welcome back. That's what you. Yeah, as a reminder, Cassandra steps back into the conversation about planning at. Can it be a parking space?
Are we playing 20 questions? What did I miss?
I mean, as long as the parking space has got a large enough hole in it for someone to conveniently fall through into a land of dreams and nightmares, then yes.
I have missed a lot. What is happening?
We're dropping a pair of hunters into a land full of dreams and nightmares.
Maybe we should start. We'll come back to the parking space. Maybe we should catch Cassandra up on what we've been.
Yeah, if I wanted to visit my mother, I would do that in my free time. What are we talking about specifically?
We're talking about taking the hunters to the hedge. And look, I'm not going to kill them. But if everything around me happens to destroy their bodies completely, then I can't be held accountable.
Frank, just as a little bit of an aside for you, Tangle's going to be busy for the next couple days.
Cool.
Yeah, what we're luring the hunters and sending them to the hedge?
Essentially.
You have a better place to make a body disappear?
Oh, and you'll never believe whose idea it was.
She's going to just very slowly, without saying any words, turn to look at her spouse.
Honestly, all I've really suggested about this plan is ideas of how you might be able to lure them. And
No, I'm talking about,
definitely need to disappear.
I'm talking about the hedge.
Yeah, so Lily wants a picture.
I mean, I can take a video of their bodies being ripped apart by various hedge beasts. Would that suffice?
I mean, what kind of picture are you looking for? I'm not.
She wants to see the two people who ate her fellow can mates so that they can handle it properly.
I don't think that's wise.
I could not tell her.
No, I understand.
No, please.
We were just talking about how that would be a real bad idea.
Like I said, I'll try to snap a few shots while they're running for their lives from hedge beasts and thorns. I'm sure it'll cheer them up.
I am not. I've considered sending the message and the picture of not the other picture that Tia has of the two of them being in town. But I think I'm gonna wait until we deal with them.
Let's try this first. And if it all goes to shit, then we can bring in the nuclear warhead.
I mean, if it all goes to shit, we're all gonna be dead, so it ain't gonna matter.
Yeah. No, if it all goes to shit, me and my spouse are enacting what I am dubbing Plan B.
Tahiti?
I hear it's nice this time of year. I have said I always wanted to spend time in Portland.
Of all places?
It's literally the city that has the motto, keep it weird. I think. So, like,
you
yes.
don't need a motto for that. Shit.
Yeah, I've lived in the South my whole life. I know you don't need a motto for weird. There's fucking weird everywhere, but where it's embraced, that's where I'll go.
Meanwhile, in Portland, a demon is leading a group of vampires into the underground.
Is that what's happening in your vampire game right now?
A little bit. Don't worry, the demon's helping.
That is only like the third most concerning sentence you could say to me as a World of Darkness player. Is don't worry, the demon is helping.
No, legitimately, the demon is helping. They're the ones who wanted to go down where the Earthbound is.
There it is. That's the sentence that's more dangerous.
Congratulations.
Look, I'll point you guys at the Earthbound. I'm not getting anywhere near that. Have fun.
Achievement unlocked.
All right. Regardless, we've got a plan for most of it. We got the beginning and the end of the plan. We kind of need it. And I believe a parking space was mentioned. We're going to drop their entire car through?
I'm just trying to think of. If you were talking about Lou particular spots.
Wait, hold on. You're talking about dropping Nicholas Lanson and Madame Thorne into the hedge.
Yes.
You're talking about throwing two highly skilled, trained, psychopathic killers at what made us.
Yep.
Jackson said
Yeah,
it.
pretty much.
Do none of you see the problem with these?
We don't have we see all the problems. Okay?
I think you're overshadowing the big one.
I think you're missing. You think that
big-
humans can be prepared for the hedge.
The big one is that anything that took any of us can find these two fuckheads we throw into the hedge and then take them.
And then they're not
They-
our problem in a different way.
I fail to see how that is a problem.
Marcella. It's already been a problem.
James says Marcella, but with whatever fucking crazy ass skills these two have. Yeah, I take your point.
The problem is, I bet Marcella was not the same person when she entered the hedge as when she left it. Also, they have to be able to leave the hedge first.
Yeah, but you hand an assassin to one of them, and they're like, "Oh, look, a new toy."
I know that is like... I'm not going to put that into the universe because we're sitting in a storybook. But
Please don't.
it's a bad idea.
All I'm saying is,
I'm just running out of good ones. All we've got are bad ideas.
is that a potential concern? Obviously. Is it one I considered? Yes. But also think about the fact that the odds of these people being found by somebody who won't just say, "Hey, you look like you'll be a nice lamp
Garden sprinkler.
garden sprinkler."
Block.
Bowl of spaghetti.
Anything.
Whatever
really.
the case
Anything.
may be. Like,
I mean, I think Cannibal Colt would probably pull him to be a cook or something. For irony's sake.
I was an author and a scribe and a mythological textbook in person form, and I was made into a cup of water. Their reasoning means shit.
Exactly. And the idea of are they very well suited to be whatever the fuck the bitch was? Yeah, absolutely.
I believe the term that the more experienced changelings used was privateer.
Yeah, I prefer bitch.
The good one.
Actually, no, I prefer dead bitch. But the odds that would actually happen are low.
Infinitesimal.
Furthermore, and I realize how terrible this is going to sound. And right now, with all the many myriad options we have in front of us, I don't really care. Let's just say that does happen. The odds that that's going to become our problem as opposed to, I don't know, Miami Changeling's problems or Madagascar Changeling's problems
Not big.
or
Yeah.
Damn
the
near
North fucking
100%,
Pole.
if you recall, that the conventions of storytelling now apply to us.
Yeah. Dramatic
Yeah.
irony.
Which is why I was trying not to say that out loud too much.
However, let's be frank. If
You are Frank.
I'd rather you be Lisa.
if one of the Fae wanted them, the Fae would have them.
That's
Them being here
that-
is no barrier for that.
Jackson. You're gonna hate me for saying this, but he has a point.
No, I don't mind. When he has a point, he has a point.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Am I ever in line?
A broken watch is right like twice a day.
As long as it's not digital.
Ugh.
Regardless.
Ultimately, what it all comes down to is, do you have a better option?
No, I don't, because if the two of them can kill a single 10-foot death rage machine without so much as breaking a sweat, and then can take it home and cook it and eat it, throwing an entire pack at them doesn't really seem like it's going to do much. Or even if I throw the can and start an entire civil war here, no, it is legitimately one of the only few options that makes sense or doesn't lead to much worse altercations in the future.
It's all bad.
Look, sometimes all you have are bad choices. We don't have any good ones here.
Yeah, but at that point, it's about trying to make the least bad choice.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, we can sit here and we can talk about it for another 17 hours. Or,
All right, let's. She will.
Well, somebody get a goddamn legal pad and let's plan this bitch out.
I have a much better idea, and she will go. Jackson, do you have a map of the city?
on me, outside of my phone? We're in your house.
You're right. That's a Julia issue. She will.
You remember that map you left at my house?
Yeah, she's just gonna hold up a finger and then walk into another room.
If Julia doesn't have one, I think there's probably one in the car still.
There's gonna be there will probably be the sounds of box untaping, a few boxes being thrown, and then like an exclamation of surprise as something falls, and then she comes back into the room. Got one. And just lays it down on the coffee table and sits. All right. And grabs a pad from underneath of it. And will gesture at the map.
Step one, we need to find out their location.
Easy enough. Hey.
That all hit. That's our starting point. Otherwise, we can't plan where we're going to lure them. We can't plan anything else if we don't know where they are.
Or more importantly, where they will be.
Getting them to go places is certainly a possibility, says Tyr.
Yeah, but what's going to be easier, getting them to go somewhere or...
They don't fucking talk to us. They're not our organization. Getting them to go somewhere might be easier than finding where they are, unless you all have some way of finding them.
Also, if we can get them to go, we can plant. If we get them to go somewhere, then we can have a place where we know there's a hole in the ground that we can turn into a gate, into a hatch gate.
That's fair.
Can we find a bridge in a park or something and take the slats out of it? Leave it a nice doorway impression, something that they would have to cross to follow, at least to follow easily.
Yeah, your biggest problem. No, sorry, wrong character. James, your biggest problem with trying to trigger the whole trapdoor into the hedge situation is going to be making it a path that they have to take. From what I understand, they're very fast and very agile, and might enjoy the prospect of running up and down buildings to try and chase people down. So you're going to have to narrow the playing field.
That's why I said a bridge.
They don't have to take the bridge, though.
Are they going to go out of their way to do something that's harder when there's a bridge there?
Probably.
Depends on the situation.
All right.
Regardless, step
fine.
1 is locate. Step 2 is lure. Step
Yep.
3 is trap.
Don't need a bridge. We don't need booby traps in the forest, anything like that. We just need a building. We need a theater.
Go on, I'm listening.
Continue.
We need a place that has a fairly winding, narrow hallways, shit like that.
I'll restrict the amount of movement they're capable of taking.
Exactly.
Older buildings would be our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Backstage
What's the old-
backstage in an old theater building kind of thing?
Exactly.
Something
What's
with an orchestra pit, or even a
Potentially.
trapdoor on the stage.
Potentially. Stage is too wide an area.
that'd be the Bijou. It's been around since the Revolutionary War. One of the oldest theaters in Knoxville. Or at least the plot of land it's on has been around since the Revolution.
Sure, the
But-
building's been rebuilt a couple of times, but that kind of place is still going to be a pretty good bet. As James
All
looks
right.
it up on his phone. Oh yeah, we got fucking box theater. That might do a good job.
The what theater?
Like it's a fucking box theater, you know, with the high rise balconies and stuff.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Now,
What do we
how
do once you get them into a theater?
Now, how do we get there?
How do we get them to a theater?
Well, I know how we get into a theater, but we're trying to.
I said, how do we get them to a theater?
Yes. I'm guessing we're not inviting them to a play.
That might be where you come in, Jackson.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
Like Tia said, you're the one who can get him into a conversation where they can't immediately just start killing. Which makes you kind of the ideal person for laying the bait.
So, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is just an invite. Play the dumb changeling. I hear your wrecking wreaking havoc in this city. I would like to meet with you to discuss it. Problem being that might bring more of them, but honestly, if more of them get shoved into the hedge, I'm not necessarily concerned about that either.
We don't want to give them time to contact friends. Just
Right.
Well, at the moment, we do know that the majority of their friends are tied up with where we sent them to south of here. That's part of why they came here alone, confident as they are, and
That's true.
probably
They
rightly
did.
So,
They
Yeah.
did arrive in advance of their
yeah.
people.
What would lure them there?
According to Tyr, a hunt that they
Food.
couldn't immediately catch.
Hmm. You have anyone who can fuck up the phones? Make the phones go fritzy?
I mean, if none of us can, I'm sure Wintercourt knows somebody. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Winter still kind of owes us. Well, no, they settled their scores.
Yeah. Kind of froze that building for us.
Yeah.
however, they do have their self-interest.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, if I walked in there and said I need somebody to fuck up a couple hunters, I bet I'd get a dozen Winter members who'd be willing to bite at that because luring them away from us so that they can keep hiding. Yeah, perfect.
Sorry, I was just laughing because I was thinking about putting Autumn Fried on their ass.
I mean, we will have an entire theater to occupy, so just saying. If there's ever a time that A Midsummer Night's Dream needs done by a bunch of people who've been there, just saying.
So yeah, if we can get them there without them
Calling back up.
calling to let everybody else know, then we got this. I ain't worried at that point.
Okay.
Getting him there is going to be the trick, and I'm not sure. Like I said, I can be like, hey, I would like to speak with you about this situation. But if anybody has better ideas,
Once we get him into the theater, how are we, what are we making of the trap? I'm guaranteeing they walk into it.
Might be the time to call in help, says James.
From who specifically?
The freehold.
Everyone. Hey, you know what you don't have to lure somebody to take?
Money?
No. The only option they have.
Which is,
If we trap them in a location, then make all of the doors to the hedge.
I'm also, yeah.
the problem
Are
is
we
each of
gonna
those
be
doors will lead somewhere completely different.
Are we
You
going
wanna-
to commit arson? Because I am not opposed to arson.
They can just
Oh,
bring the
that's
entire
a-
building down.
Well, it's simple. We lure them to a small location with a very few number of doors. We open all of them to the hedge and set the building on fire. And make sure there's no windows.
And frankly, if they all go to different locations, even better. Because then they can't rely on each other.
Yeah, but then
Ooh,
we
I
can't
like
make sure
this
we're around to
idea.
finish the job. Because as much as we're talking about the hedge will handle them, I'm really not interested in that situation. Pointing at what's Cassandra pointed out. We want to make sure they get into the hedge and they ain't going anywhere else. Because the hedge has got a real rough sense of humor.
You know,
This,
I'm thinking because I mean we could find a building like that, but if all else fails, how long would it take to construct something?
Depending
I
on
know
which
where it needs to
changelings
be.
you ask, no time at all.
I know where it needs to be.
Where?
We don't need a theater. We don't need
We need a
any of
warehouse.
that. We don't need a any massive construction. We have a warehouse
The warehouse, of course.
which has literally one door. Because it's a shitty ass warehouse. Because it was what I was able to afford
Does it
at
have?
the time years ago.
Does it have? Why am I asking this question? So Katie can't remember. Does it have windows?
No, it does not.
Just the one door.
Yeah, it's a complete sheet metal warehouse.
It is a trash home.
You
It
bought
is
an
the
extra
worst-
large Quonset hut.
Yeah, basically. We get them in there, we set it on fire. There is literally only one way for them to get out.
Unless they go through the walls. But then we have a much
if we-
different plan.
Yeah.
It's metal though.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. They open the door. They go inside. We open the gate to the hedge. If I'm surrounded by hedge beasts, they're going to go in the warehouse.
Sorry, most of that got wobbly.
So they go in that place. There's only one door, right?
Correct.
We open that portal on the hedge. I'm on the other side with a whole horde of hedge beasts. Either they go into the hedge, or the hedge beasts go into that warehouse.
Nope, we're not letting anything from the hedge out like that. That's a real
If-
bad idea.
If we have any say.
I mean, if we have any say, sure, but
I mean, you're the Pied Piper, Frank. I mean, you should be able to tell him, right?
I mean, I can keep him in with me if that's the plan.
I think we don't need to unleash any hedge beasts into.
All right. All right.
I'm as far as making sure that they are taken care of. Sure. If we have a plan that'll work for that, great.
So how are we going to burn the warehouse in a way that doesn't let them get out another way?
Hold on, I'm still talking. If we have a plan for that, then great. I don't know what that plan is going to be. I'm going to apologize for this in advance, but I will not be in there to help you. I don't care what the situation is. I'm not going in. But if we can't kill them and they end up becoming a big problem later, that is a problem for later. Like, we could handle them right now if it was just them. A problem is, it's not just them. It's them and vampire war over old imprisoned vampire and making deals with everybody and like everything all at once. They are one fuck too much in this particular orgy. So if we
All right.
have a plan to kill him, great.
We don't exactly
we
have
can't
all
do
the
it-
time in the world to try and
Ye-
formulate everything.
Exactly. If we can kill him, great. If not, then that is tomorrow's problem. Or frankly, they'll be stuck in the hedge.
That warehouse still belongs to you, right?
Absolutely.
Can you make sure that if they do a cursory glance at who you are, they will figure out you own that warehouse? Can we set the information up that way?
Oh, I'm just thinking.
Because if they
That's
find
not
out
a-
on their own, they think they're smart. They think they got us.
Sure, probably.
Put it in a couple of flimsy shell corporations or something.
That'll take time. That'll take a not insignificant amount of time.
Talk to Winter or Autumn. I'm sure one of them can put together something. Make sure that their search only leads. You own that warehouse. They end up at that warehouse.
I think our biggest advantage right now, says James, is not just that we can approach things from an awkward angle compared to them. It's also that we got a lot of friends who can do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's true.
So once we get him in the warehouse, we light the warehouse on fire. That's the plan.
And they only have one way out.
All right, now we just gotta get them there.
Hmm?
Our biggest concern is whatever powers that Nicholas might have from his most recent meal.
Bursting through a wall kind of powers.
I mean, he ate a werewolf. Would you
Yeah.
put it past him?
Not
That
at all.
wall is on fire.
I'm still for the hole in the ground that they trip on. Can we dig a hole in the front of your warehouse?
I mean, sure. But
We cover it up. They fall in.
I do want to say, please go to abandoned warehouse B in the middle of nowhere. Does seem a little suspicious, but
That's
it's a
why
fantastic option.
I think that's why they have to do a quick research. Who are you? Ah, he lives in this abandoned warehouse. Let's go. He owns this abandoned warehouse. Let's go check it out. They walk in the front door. They take a step. They go down, and they keep going down. And then they find themselves in a fun little locale.
yeah, but then I'm not getting insurance fraud money.
We can burn the place if you really want to burn the place.
It's less
So,
fun
do you
if we're
really
not
need
doing it
insurance
this way.
fraud money?
You are a multi-millionaire.
No, but it's the principle of the matter.
I had to set the thing on fire.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Fire.
We have our very detailed and done out strategy written in the party notes document that Shawnee provided us at the very beginning that we used twice.
Did you really? Is it? Are you being sarcastic?
No, it's in there.
She's legit.
No, I mean the detailed plan is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
no,
sarcasm.
it's not detailed at all.
No.
All right, well, let's go talk to
It's
Winter
step
about getting
one,
some
locate-
information set up.
Okay.
I agree.
I'll go dig a hole.
My head is spinning. What do I need to do? Talk to Autumn Court.
Yeah, a couple of us can go to the commons and get some glamour as well as make some plans.
Before anyone gets too much of an idea on the digging a hole part, I will point out, to be a door, it has to be a passage. There has to be somewhere to go. A 2-foot hole is not going to be a deep enough hole to pass somewhere. It'll have to be the kind of hole that goes somewhere.
We dig a hole from the outside of the
don't
warehouse to
have
the
time
inside
for
of it.
that.
How long would it take to dig a coffin-sized hole?
A lot. I mean,
A long
to be
time.
fair, a long time that if you're not being seen can be brownies booned.
That's what I'm asking the question.
I mean,
How long does it take? No one's looking at me.
I also, hold on.
Like, the important thing about a hedge door is it has to be put on a transitory point. It has to be something where you are passing through a thing.
So we don't need to dig a hole then.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think
Because they have to use the door. They can step around a hole. They don't have to.
The reason you wanted to dig a hole is because gates are visible and obvious. If they open a door and they see the hedge on the other side, they see the hedge on the other side.
Yeah.
That was where, like.
but you know
either-
what's there? Not fire.
Not trusting the construction of these walls against someone who just ate a werewolf.
Like
If the whole wall is on fire,
also, the fire doesn't have to start at the wall. I can rig it so stuff falls from the ceiling on fire first. That drives them towards the door, ideally.
alternate option. We just get them inside and blow up the warehouse.
You do have a
We do have
military
Frisian.
engineer in your motley.
Yeah.
Actually,
You do have a what?
You have a military engineer in your motley, I should point out.
actually, all we have to do is make the door look like it's closed. They're going to open the door. They'll fall through it. They'll probably try to break it down. They'll think that the trap was, they locked the door.
Not wrong.
So yeah, no, I just make the door look like it's closed with the trap. Easy.
Alternately, we blow up the warehouse once they're inside.
4K, no
No
los
los
dos.
dos.
We cover every option.
You know what that's called? That's called Plan A.
Like,
And Plan B.
There is
That
no
solves
there is no kill like overkill.
that solves
Yes.
all of our problems. We don't
Wait,
have to worry about. We don't have to worry
Wait,
about
who just said
if they're
who
gonna.
said that? Who
No,
said that?
James. James, there is no kill like overkill.
Oh, James, I love you, honey.
We don't have to worry about if they're going to end up in the hedge and wander into the path of some keeper. We don't have to worry about if we're going to have to try and fight or kill them in there. We don't have to worry about.
All right, you're persuading me to both.
I mean, hell,
it didn't take a lot.
we
of
don't have to
persuading
worry
to be
about
fair.
a body.
We
Like,
can add a
that's why
plan.
we were trying to do this whole hedge thing, was that so there were no bodies. If a warehouse just explodes,
we can add a plan C to this. We get the werewolf pack to search through the rubble to make sure that they don't survive.
I mean, that is kind of loosening the and that solves the situation with that solves
The
the
werewolves.
issue with the werewolves. We're back on their good side again because we gave them.
Scraps.
I see no flaws with this plan.
Yeah, I see tons of flaws, but let's go
Let's
with
be
it.
clear. We're setting up an explosion that's going to light the warehouse on fire. If they do survive, they're going to think, we're so clever. We outsmarted them. Oh, look, they locked the door. We're going to break through the door. Oh, look, we end up in the hedge. And then they're never seen again. We're going to need Winter to change some information. We're going to need Paul to do a heck of a cover-up on why that warehouse exploded so that no other hunters are like, man, we lost 2 hunters and the warehouse exploded. That's kind of coincidental.
I have an idea.
Oh, please shut
I'm
up.
all ears.
And before I say this, Hmm. Hold on, I need to look. I need to look at something really quick.
The warehouse exploding part's easy to cover.
I'm like-
That's just a gas line explosion.
Right,
Who is
that's no big deal.
Jackson- Who is
Um,
Jackson throwing under the bus?
Okay, blah 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 blah. No matter.
We get winter
No one-
for information, fall for cover up, and werewolves for insurance.
And we can also have just to make sure we have all of our T's and T's crossed and I's dotted. We can have all of Summer show the fuck up and beat the shit out of them too.
Okay, here's my plan. I want to make sure. Let's see. So the leader of the meeting. Blah 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 blah. All right. My original thought of I want to meet you so we resolve this situation holds. I want to meet them at the warehouse. I don't give a shit if they think it's suspicious.
Fewer eyes, no witnesses.
Because frankly, what do they think I'm going to do? I would like to meet you in the public square. Like, of course they're going to think that. Of course they're going to assume that I'm going to pick somewhere that's relatively safe for me.
Right.
They show up. Once they get inside, somebody outside shuts the door. So they cannot get out.
Somebody outside makes a hedge portal, and I disguise it, you mean, so they can get out, just not
No.
the right out.
Oh, hold on.
I shut the door. Somebody shuts the door so no one who's inside can get out.
Right.
I and Frank will then leave through, I can't believe I'm going to say this, a fucking hedge gate, and then somebody who's outside of the warehouse blows the warehouse up.
Frisian, I think that's you.
Cassandra's been texting for a few minutes. And one of the people she texted Briar Rose to see if she could get the Morrigan's number.
Frisian has the Morgan's number.
Yeah, she's not interrupting any of the conversations going on.
Oh god.
Yeah,
This was her doing this underneath.
Yeah, you can get the Morgan's number from Briar.
And she'll text the Morgans, say who she is, and ask if she has an idea where she could get a number of good fireworks, and just leave it at that and hope that that is picked up, so that me asking for explosives is not in a recorded area, but I have already put that into her mind.
You get texted back, meet us at the clubhouse and we can talk details.
That is up to Frisian and whatever the Morrigan is going to offer to you. She will hold up her phone. I asked her about explosives, and she said meet at the clubhouse. So
Fantastic.
my question is, once you all get in there, and how are you going to extricate yourselves? Like, I know there's the plan to open the door and leave, but once they get in there, what's stopping them from just preventing that?
My ability to prevent violence from happening.
Right, you can do that thing.
Does
I
that
think
look?
this is
Does that look in the hedge?
Yes,
yeah.
but
That's
that's
how
not
it should look anyway.
Yeah, the point is, as long as the person who's pushing the buttons on the explosion isn't on the explosives isn't there, everybody inside will be unable to commit violence to each other.
And Tia, you're certain they're alone in the city?
As far as we know, they're the only members of their organizations who have made it in. Wrong accent. They're the only members of their organizations who have made it into the city so far. Our distraction has been working. They came here because they were more interested in a good hunt than a good job.
Do you think that their congregations would believe that they lost their lives to the hunt? Or do you think that that would be way too suspicious for Madame Thorne and Nicholas Lanson to lose their lives to a simple hunt?
I think we can make it a big enough. Network Zero is the information network. I think we can make it believable enough.
Okay.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to prevent further.
Cover the bases.
I think ultimately what it comes down to is whatever's going to happen with that is going to happen. I don't know. There's a whole lot. Like if not that you are incapable of doing what you're going to do, but if it goes wrong, that's just a like. I don't know what else we are supposed to do in that.
If it goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
we can't prepare for every eventuality.
If there is no situation, like even if we were to shove them off in the hedge and deal with it in the hedge, that doesn't make them not. That doesn't make anybody, the people, not wonder if they lost a hunt or took a trip to
You're saying
the Bahamas or whatever the
if
case
they disappear, they just disappear.
Right.
And nobody has to know how.
Right.
As long as they can't trace it back to anything supernatural.
Or at least not anything specific.
Yeah, not anything specific, I think is probably.
Which I think I know we were joking about the overkill, but the three-pronged attack, as it were.
We are going to need so much explosives, Frisian. So much.
Frisian's sitting there, like, kind of right in the air, thinking about, like, cool, how, like, I want, like, I don't even want shrapnel of, like, the metal bits flying into the woods. I want the entire building disintegrated levels of explosives.
You want complete vaporization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frisian, baby, your time has come.
This is your time to shine.
Let's use 4 dots of wits, 3 dots of science, and a specialization in military engineering.
And resources of like 17 between the lot
between
of us.
all of us. Yeah.
between us, and that's not including the resource pool of the freehold.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Yup.
Like
I have never seen a World of Darkness party invest this heavily in resources. It's fucking ridiculous.
Listen.
It just happened to some of us. Others of us, like,
I was
chose
gonna say,
as some of you just
we didn't invest it.
Someone else.
You just set up situations where we took it.
Like, if I can act like I have no financial worries, I'm gonna do it.
My fetch could have been giving blowjobs in back alleys, but you decided that they needed to be a politician.
I mean,
anyway,
that is politics, isn't it?
I love
True
this
politics.
game.
You're
I love
not
this
wrong,
game.
Kate. All
I'm
right.
myself.
Let No, I'm not going to put it that way. Let's blow up a building.
All right. With plans made,
Hello, our CIA agent. We are talking fictionally, so
with plans made, and help needing to be acquired to make these plans go into motion. That's where we're gonna end for the week.
before we
Goodbye,
come up with
everybody.
worse ideas.
Bye.
Be the best
Bye.
idea ever. Bye.